Hi, this is Jeff Challen. Interactive walkthroughs are a big part of how we teach computer science online in CS 125. And I want to walk through how these walkthroughs work and a little bit about how they're created and just how easy that is for staff to contribute. So let me pick just sort of like one of our daily lessons here. This is an example of a CS 125 daily lesson. And there's a bunch of different components to this. We have our playgrounds. We have videos that are interspersed, like some of them have cats. This is just a hello video. The cat doesn't do a lot of programming. But a big part of this is these interactive walkthroughs. And so this is sort of how they look to students. There is an avatar here, and if I click this, what happens is you'll hear me talking to you. And as I'm talking, you see an animated editor in front of you. I'm going to turn off the sound, but I'm talking, and there's captions here that we can turn on as well. And so what's happening is I'm talking, and the students are able to watch me interact with the editor right in front of them. And so in this case, I'm walking through an example of null pointer exceptions, kind of showing them how easy it is to make this type of mistake in Java and how the Java compiler doesn't really help you much here. So as we go through, I'm adding code. I'm also running the code at various points, and you can see the output there. At any point, if a student pauses the walkthrough, they can then interact with the code themselves and run it and get the same type of problems that I was experiencing. Maybe they want to make some changes here. They can do whatever to the code. And so they can pause, and then when they replay it, it'll jump back to my version, and off we go. And so we found this to be a really sort of uniquely powerful way to teach this material to students, and students really appreciate the opportunity to interact with these and to learn this way. One of the other things I want to show you, though, is that we also have started to solicit contributions from staff. So I'll take you over here to the contributors page. So at this point, it's going to take a minute to load. Yeah, well, we have quite a few contributors. 75 staff members have made 199, and those are just staff contributions. So if you look down here, the entire site, all of our daily lessons comprise, I recorded one explanation for everything, so that's about 320 of these walkthroughs. So we really do use them very, very commonly throughout the site. But what we started to do is we started to allow students to record them. We have a little page here kind of highlighting for different students the contributions they've made. These red videos, I'll play one here, are solution walkthroughs. So these are actually walkthroughs for the homework problems that we assign every day, and staff will overview a solution for students. These are particularly popular for the staff to record. But these green ones here are just places where at a certain point in the lesson, and I'll take us there in a sec, the staff member has chosen to record an alternate explanation for a particular topic. So let's view this one in context. That's going to take us to this lesson. This is a lesson on imports and libraries. And so this is a walkthrough. So you can see here there's actually now two opportunities for the students to learn. There's a walkthrough provided by me where I go through sort of how to use external libraries in Java. And then there's a walkthrough provided by a staff member where they go over the same content in a different way. And so this provides students with a different perspective on the material and a chance to learn from a different staff member. So how do you actually record these? That's something else that's quite nice about this system. So let's go. I'm going to take us all the way to the first lesson of the semester. I'm going to grab one of these here. So here's an example. And you'll see here that as a staff member, I have this red record button. And the nice thing about this is it's done right in the browser, and it's done right on the page where the lesson lives. And so it's very easy to kind of see the context that this particular explanation fits into for a staff member. So when I want to record an explanation, it's very, very simple. I hit the record button. You'll see that start to spin, which is indicating that the recording is active. And now, I can type things here. There we go. I can run the code. I see the results. I can edit things. I could find myself a little loop here. I could print off the values of I inside this, whatever. I can do anything I want. Once I'm done, I'm going to turn off the recording. It's going to show me my take so this gives me a chance to kind of review what I just did, make sure it looks okay. And if I like it, I hit this upload button. This takes a second, and when it's done, I'm going to get a notification off to the right that my contribution has been added, and then maybe I missed it. Let's pause and hit the upload button again. There we go. Okay, now you'll see there's a new explanation from me. There's two of them, with one from Ananya in between. This is the one that I just recorded. This was just a demo, so I'm going to delete it, and now it's gone. So that's how easy it is for students, for staff members, to contribute to the live interactive content on the site. You also note that there's a rating dialog that pops up for students once they've viewed the entire explanation. So we are soliciting feedback from students on each given piece of content on the site, and that'll allow us, as we iterate from semester to semester, to zero in on the parts of the site that aren't working and where we can actually use some improvement. So this is a system that we're quite proud of in CS 125, where it's really sort of bringing together, the ability for us to put an explanation, tie that explanation directly to code. So this is something that students can stop with, they can interact with. It's not a video, it's fully interactive. It's something that students can experiment with and they can manipulate on their own. And it's also opened up to staff contributions. And that's probably the thing that I'm, the most excited about is this contributors page. I'm not excited about how slowly it loads. I'll have to work on that. But the fact that we really have started to engage some of our staff members, including TAs, including course assistants, in actively creating the site, creating the materials that students will get to view. So over time, the site isn't just about listening to me and my voice and my perspective. It starts to become a complete community effort, and students get to hear explanations from staff members that might have a much more effective way of explaining things than I might.